Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm gonna do this very easy stitch. I'm gonna show you the sample after I show you the stitch. I'm gonna use 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. I think with this stitch you should use maybe half of number or one number bigger the crochet hook. When your yarn, for example, recommends 3.0, maybe you should go with 4.0 or at least 3.5. Yeah? This stitch works with multiples of 3. And after you chain multiples of 3, you're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain you're gonna do a single crochet, and then we're gonna do single crochet in each chain until we finish the first row. And after you do the first row of single crochet, and I will recommend, maybe if you choose to do a neck warmer or a blanket, maybe you should do the first maybe 3-4 rows of single crochet, and then we start with the stitch. It's gonna stay somewhat straight. Okay, and after we finish the row of single crochet, we're gonna chain 2, turn your work, yarn over the hook. We're gonna skip this stitch from where the chain 2 is coming. We're gonna skip the next one and into the next. So skip this 2 and into the third, let's say. We're gonna do in there 3 double crochets. This stitch has only 2 rows repeat, in which one row it's single crochet in each stitch. It's very easy. So 3 double crochets in that stitch. We're gonna skip the next 2 stitches, and into the third stitch we're gonna do the same, 3 double crochets in one stitch. Yeah, this one for a neck warmer, for a blanket, you know, maybe you'll find something else to do with this stitch. We skip the next 2 stitches, and into the third we're gonna repeat, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. You can chain any multiples of 3, even or odd. Or you can go with multiples of 6 if you like. So we're gonna keep skipping 2 stitches, and into the third stitch we're gonna do 3 double crochets in that stitch, and at the end you're gonna be left with 2 stitches. So we're gonna skip the next stitch, and into the next, which is the last stitch of the row, we're gonna do only 1 double crochet. Okay, now chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna do single crochet in each stitch. So this is one of the rows that you're gonna repeat, single crochet in each stitch. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, and we have the cluster of 3, and in each we're gonna do a single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so we're gonna do like this, single crochet until we finish this row. And I'm gonna show you how to close this if you want to close, because the back looks, well, at least the last row will look a little bit different, so you might want to close the work and be sturdy at the end. So single crochet in each stitch. So the last double crochet of the last cluster, and we have the chain 2, so we're gonna go on top of the second chain, and we're gonna do a single crochet. Now chain 1, you're always gonna chain 1 from now on in with the single crochet row or the next row that we're gonna start now. So now with the rows that you're gonna keep doing until you finish your project. So the first stitch is here, I'm gonna do a single crochet into the first stitch of the row. Now yarn over the hook, we have the first cluster of 3 double crochets. We're gonna work 1 row below. So the first double crochet here, so yarn over the hook, we're gonna do like 3 post double crochet, 3 front post. So you're gonna go around that first double crochet of the cluster, and we're gonna do a double crochet, go back again, around that first double crochet and do the second, and then go back again for the third double crochet. Yeah, it's gonna look like this. Now yarn over the hook, we're gonna move to the next cluster, and this time we're gonna go to the last double crochet of this cluster. So we started with the first, and the next is gonna be into the back, well, the last double crochet. So you're gonna do in there 3 double crochets. So you go around again with that double crochet and do the second double crochet and go again for the third double crochet. Okay, now we have the next cluster, and we're gonna go again to the first double crochet. So we're gonna alternate. You start with the first cluster with the first double crochet, then the last double crochet, the next cluster, and when we have the next cluster, we're gonna go to the first, and the next one is gonna be the back, and the next one is gonna be in the front, the first double crochet. Yeah. So yarn over the hook and go around the first double crochet and do 3 double crochets in there. And this is how this stitch is gonna be worked. Okay, now we're gonna go to the last double crochet, move to the next cluster and the last double crochet of that cluster, and you're gonna put in there 3 double crochets. So that's why I said with this stitch maybe it's good to use a half of number or a number bigger crochet than the yarn recommends. So now we're gonna go to the front, the first double crochet of the next cluster. It's very humid at my place, so the yarn is very squeaky against the crochet hook. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the last stitch of the row, and we're gonna do in there a single crochet. So we started with a single crochet in front, the first, and we're gonna finish with a single crochet at the last. So you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in each stitch. So that's why I said I will show you at the end how to close this thing, because it's gonna be this gap at the end when you finish your project if you choose to do something with this stitch. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you how to close that. So the first stitch is here, single crochet. If you can push this down, then you can see the stitches very easy. Yeah? So we have the first cluster of double crochets, so in each you're gonna do a single crochet, and you move to the next cluster, 3 double crochets from the previous row, in which through the stitch you're gonna put single crochet in each of those. You move to the next, and so on. Yeah, this is a very easy stitch, goes really fast, but I think it's like a, I don't know, you ladies that you like to drink tea, especially in winter, to keep the kettle, whatever that is, warm, you can use this stitch. It's quite thick and nice. So we have the last double crochet, or the stitch in there. Is the stitch or the... Yeah, it's the stitch. So the last stitch in there, and now we're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna repeat the row with the cluster of double crochets. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, so we're gonna repeat the same. So we have the first cluster of double crochets, yarn over the hook, you go to the first double crochet, and you're gonna put in there 3 front post double crochet. So 1, go around again, second, and the third. It's gonna look like this. And now yarn over the hook, I'm gonna move to the next cluster right here. So we're gonna go to the last double crochet. So the first skip, second skip, and into the third of that cluster you're gonna do 3 double crochets. So you're gonna alternate like this. Okay, so now we have the next cluster, and we're gonna go to the first double crochet, and I'm gonna put in there 3 front post double crochet, go around again and again, so 3. Now you're gonna move to the next cluster right here, and we're gonna go to the back. Well, I like to say the back and front, but the last double crochet of that cluster. And I'm gonna show you the sample. It's quite nice. I think it's nicer with maybe thinner yarn than the thicker size. So now we're gonna go to the next cluster, the first double crochet there, and we're gonna put in there 3 front post double crochets. And after we do this, the last stitch of this row right here, we're gonna do a single crochet, chain 1, and you're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in each stitch. So it's gonna make these things. Now let's say you wanna close this, because it's this ridge here hanging. So if you want, you can close. So you're gonna have to, first stitch, I'm gonna do a single crochet. So now we have the 3 double crochets from the first row and the previous. So you're gonna have to find the first right here. You're gonna go below to that row, 1 row below, pick up that stitch and go to the next stitch from the last row that you did. You have to kind of put them together. So the next one, and go to the next double crochet, the stitch there, and you're gonna close like this each stitch. Yeah, it's not difficult. You have to kind of put them together, and it's gonna be easy to pick them up. And then it's gonna close all this. If you don't want to do this, you can leave it like this. It's no problem without closing. It's quite easy, goes really fast. But if you want the not so kind of, sturdy at the top, if you choose to do a blanket, for example, not to be so flimsy. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, it's an easy stitch, goes really fast, but it's quite thick, so that's why I said maybe you should, and in the last here you're gonna go to the stitch, the last one, and that's why I said to do with a thinner yarn, work this stitch with a thinner yarn than the thick one. If you like thick, sure. So this is the sample, and it has these ridges here. It's quite nice. So this is the back of the work. So this one also I closed it at the top, and it's quite thick and sturdy. So if you like this stitch, you can do something with this. It's quite nice. But thinner yarn, I think it's fine. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.